been talking about Steele's medication and reducing his dose and how he's doing on it, because that seems to be our only issue really at the moment. We've got to get him back to a place where he can be calm, relaxed and peaceful on the dose he's on. You know, it's exactly what we did when I very first met him. I taught him he could be calm and peaceful with my presence in his kennel, and then we put him in the car, and that took quite a bit longer to get him to realise he could be calm and peaceful in the car. And then it took a little bit of time again for him to fully let go and fall asleep. See, that was our big turning point then. That's when we decided, yeah, he's ready to lower his dose. You know, some of the things that we've put him through, he's just excelled. He's smashed it. He's done perfectly. Other things he's struggled with a lot more than I thought he would. Look how on edge he is. There's a dog halfway across the field playing with a ball. And a few months back he wouldn't have been like this. He'd have looked over and not been bothered. You know, there was dogs just as excited getting much closer, and we were getting much less of a reaction from him. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. See, he's really struggling to just sit still today. You know, I'd have to check the videos back, but I think we're about 4 or 5 months since we were having to take breaks, go for walkabouts, because he can't settle himself, he can't relax. So it does seem we've gone back quite a bit in his confidence levels, his ability to regulate his emotions, just relax and be calm. We knew it was coming. There had to be some point somewhere, as we reduced his medication, that he would start to struggle. And it seems that the drop to 200 was quite a hurdle for him. And this most recent drop to 100, he is struggling with. But to up his dose, I mean, I spoke to Caroline just this morning, to put him back on a higher dose, it's not really going to help him. It will for now, but at some point we're still going to have to reduce it. We're still going to have to go through all this again. So let's get through it now. Let's get him completely off all medication, and then we'll reassess. So we need to backtrack again, I think. Don't we, sweetheart? Back to quieter areas. I mean, this is okay, but I mean, getting eaten alive by the mosquitoes. So I'm actually thinking we'll go right back to the beginning. We'll go back to by the power station. We'll do a walk there, and then some relaxation, a lot of meditation. So over the last week, I've been reassessing, reevaluating Steele's emotional state, his anxiety levels, and how well he's coping with the world, the gabapentin, was keeping his emotions sort of mid-range, and now that gabapentin is greatly reduced, his emotions are now much more changeable. His highs are much higher, his lows are much lower. When I go and get him now, he's very giddy, he's very excited when he sees me. It takes a minute to calm down, but it's now no longer stress, it's excitement. But that also means that he's not coping too well with stressful situations either. As you can see here, he's on high alert, his head's on a swivel, and that reaction to a falling leaf, you know, a little rustle in the bushes, and he's, what's that, what's that, what's that, what's that? So we're almost back to square one, really. So I brought him back to near the power station, the first place I ever brought him for a walk. Good boy. So we're releasing a bit. So the plan now is to just start again, basically. We are dealing with slightly different emotions this time, but the practice is still the same. The treatment is still the same. There's not much point really planning for what we'll do in a few weeks, because we've got no idea what level he's going to be at in a few weeks. It could be that in 2 weeks he's asleep in 5 minutes, he's doing absolutely amazing. So we'll have to make the choice then. Do we take him off the gabapentin completely, or do we start adding stresses to the situation? We've realised over the last couple of months we absolutely cannot do both. So we'll have a conversation about that and see what we decide. I think he may have had enough for today. That's all right. Not as long as I was hoping for, but that's okay. So this is new. As you can see, I'm all geared up for a wet walk. Unfortunately, I don't have a coat for steel. And I've just tried to get him out the boot and he will not move. I've tried treats and everything and he just puts the brakes on. He doesn't want to get out. I'll try him again in a few minutes, but I just thought it was quite funny, so I thought I'd tell you about it. He was quite stressed this morning when I went into him. He's still very giddy, does a lot of play bowing and a lot of jumping about, so he's very excitable these days. But there was a bit of stress in there too. He was panting, doing a lot of lip licking, and he's, as you can see, he's very needy this morning. So it looks like he wants to get out. Let's see. Come in then. Come on. Just come on. Come on. So usually he'd be out by now. Come on. No. Whatever the reason, it doesn't really matter. But he's telling me there that he does not want to get out the car. He's not ready to, like I said, for whatever reason. So why would I force him? Why would I force him to do something that he's telling me in no uncertain terms, I do not want to do this? That's just adding stress to what is supposed to be a relaxing, confidence building session. You know, the whole point of my sessions with Steele is to help him to relax, be calm in stressful situations, and build his confidence. So by forcing him to do things he's telling me he doesn't want to do, I'm ignoring what he's telling me. So I'm telling him that I can't be trusted to give him what he needs and what he wants. And I'm creating stress. So why would I do that? It doesn't make any sense. I imagine a lot of trainers, behaviourists will disagree and say that, you know, it's exposure is what needed, take control, take charge, you know, show him who's boss, all the rest of it. And if you're caught in a situation where the dog is already very stressed and doesn't know how to handle a situation, then yes, you take charge, you take control, and you remove the dog from the situation ultimately. That is a quick way to handle that specific situation. And if you're going to rely on that kind of thing, you will always have to rely on that kind of thing. If you never teach your dog to be calm and in control of their own emotions, then they're always going to have to be controlled when they're stressed, and they're always going to get stressed. You're not doing so good today, are you, bud? We know that the bad weather affects him, and it's pretty bad today. So we're just going to spend however long he'll let me, we're just going to chill out today. We're just going to relax and see if we can encourage Steele to have a kip. Right.